today we have joining us Supa Cent. She is the beauty maven and founder CEO of the Crayon Case. Welcome to the Shelly Bell Show. And why did you decide to launch a makeup business?
So I decided to launch makeup because when I was getting booked, it was hard for me to find makeup artists in every city I was going to. And when I was going to these cities, I didn't know if these girls was nice. I didn't know if these girls were rude. I didn't know these girls' prices. They were just coming up with prices out the ass every time they every time they found new clients. And so I'm like, okay, but let me learn how to do my own makeup, so when I go out of town, I don't have to find makeup artists. So I used to be on Periscope Live at the time. And people used to watch me learn how to do my own makeup. And in the beginning, I was just messing my face up. I was messing up everything, girl. Messing up my brows, just messing over my own face. And everybody thought it was funny in the beginning. And then eventually I was like getting the hang of it. I was learning how to do my face, and people started seeing me actually learning how to work my face. And eventually they was asking me like what I was using. So I'm like, y'all keep asking me what I'm using, I'm gonna start selling it. So that's why I started selling it, because people watch me teach myself how to do my own makeup, and I felt like if they could see me do my own makeup, then they could learn how to do their own makeup as well.
Listen, you know I got pumped up. You see how my fingers started moving. Omi, you know I'm wild.
I still ain't learned how to do my own.
Omi, don't bring it up. Don't bring it up. But I thought it was really, I love the way you said that, because first and foremost, I want to congratulate you on your engagement.
Yes, congratulations.
You know, I'm like a stalker. I'm like a stalker. I be on me, don't be laughing at me, y'all. I be on there, I be like, oh, she done got gay. I didn't know if I was cheering or crying or what we was doing, girl. I was there with you. In my mind, girl, I was there. Yes. So listen, I'm excited because you brought up, my first question was always about how you got started, right? Mm-hmm. Because a lot of people heard about you, through the Crayon Case. They didn't know you prior to you starting your line. And we talk to a lot of business owners, and a lot of times they don't realize that there's a story before the story. Like, you met me here.
Yes.
So what were you doing before?
So before the Crayon Case, I was selling t-shirts. I was selling phone cases. I was selling chargers. I was selling fanny packs, headphones. Girl, I was like a little damn meat shop. I was selling all type of stuff. Like I was just I was selling anything my consumers asked for. That's what I was selling.
Wow.
So so this is. Oh wait, go ahead.
No, go ahead, Omi. Go ahead, because you about to go. Look, you couldn't even get stuff.
Because I used to sell merchandise, like print merchandise too. So I love this, because one of the things that I think that entrepreneurs don't have is sales training. And it's like one of the things you need to be able to have. You need to be able to get somebody to come to your booth. They walking by, they think they having a nice family day. It's like, nah, Slim, I need you to come over here and buy this stuff right quick.
Yeah, definitely.
You got to be able to do that. But like, okay, well, take us back even further, because I don't know how many times you done told this origin story, but I'm so curious. Right. How you even get to selling stuff? Like what? Like, did you just like came out the womb? It was like, y'all know what I'm here for. Right. I'm about to be selling stuff. How did you even get to that point?
Okay, so before everything, when I was a teenager, I always did work in the service industry, right? So my very first job, I used to work at the aquarium in food and beverage, right? So I worked at a hot dog stand. I worked in the IMAX theater. So we had to learn how to upcharge. Right. So we had to learn how to upcharge everything. Like if people was buying popcorn at the IMAX, we had to learn how to upcharge those cookies. We had to learn how to upcharge the candy. If we worked in like the ice cream department, we had to learn how to upcharge the toppings. So we just had to learn how to upcharge everything, right? So then I became a server after I had my son. So that's a whole different type of, upcharging, like, so when people was ordering food, we had to upcharge the drinks, so we just had to pitch everything that was on the menu. Like if people wanted to like just order a sandwich, we had to upcharge the steak. We had to upcharge the fish. We had to upcharge anything that was the highest, because we know if the bill was high, then the tip is high. So that's how I learned how to do sales. I learned when it came to, I just learned how to pitch. I learned how to pitch whatever I'm selling, pitch whatever I need to buy.
Well, that's a good. Listen, now I got my notes. I got my notes. Don't worry about
Listen,
it.
I'm so like, yo, because dang, I didn't even realize that. I don't even know if I've ever read that part in terms of like what you said about the like the upcharging through.
Mm-hmm.
I used to work at the movie theater too. I used to work at AMC. So I know exactly what you're talking about in college, pregnant, working
Right.
at a movie theater.
Yeah,
Right.
and I think too, people don't Super, one of the things that I appreciate about your story and about you sharing that part of it is that people really don't look at that as business education. You see what I'm saying? Like they automatically assume that we need to get a degree in business, but in reality, my life experiences have taught me how to be a business owner. So I'm really excited about you sharing that. But and I know that you opened up a YouTube. Well, let me go back because something happened in 2018, Super, that blew out all our minds. And that was when you sold $1 million worth of product. And what was it like? It was a stupid amount of time. I mean, it was just dumb. And we all watched it. And honestly, for me, it made me know what was possible. But I want you to tell us how it felt to you, like to go through it.
So it was definitely a monumental moment for me because I didn't expect to make that much money in a short little time, right? I knew I was gonna make $1 million that day, but not in 90 minutes, right? So the tears came from it being, I knew it was possible, but not thinking it was going to be that fast. The tears also stemmed from me being upset because I sold out, right? So I was upset because I would have made way more money if I would have had way more inventory, right? And I think a lot of people be happy when they sell out, but you really should be sad because if you had more inventory, you can make more money. It's never a good thing to be happy about selling out, because if you would have had more product, then you would have had more money, right? And once you have all that attention on the business, and once you have the sale rolling, and once you have the people buying, and once they're already on the site, they're already there.
Do you have a manager, or do you have like at what point did you decide that you needed a manager, or that you needed a PR firm, or that you needed like different team members? Like along your journey, what have been your indicators? Or like, okay, this is the moment that I need to go ahead and hire a PR firm, or this is the moment I need to go ahead and get I needed to get a manager. Like, was it a certain number of followers, a certain number of revenue? Like, when did you decide you need to go get these other people?
So I hired a manager in 2015, right? I hired a manager in 2015 because I couldn't do everything alone. I needed somebody to have my best interest at heart because I was making immature moves when it came to things I was doing with my success, right? I feel like everything was happening so fast for me and things was going on, and I didn't know how to kind of separate the good from the bad, what was going on. Like people was pitching so many things to me and everything couldn't be good. I'm like, man, this shit too good to be true. So I had people, I needed somebody to let me know if this was the right move to make. Should I do this? Like, should I even be including myself in all these things that people are trying to include me in? Like, like, is this even good for me? And I needed somebody to tell me that, and tell me that without worrying, or without even trying to hurt my feelings. Like don't worry about my feelings. Tell me you shouldn't do this, and that's it, because I said so. Type of thing. Like kind of like more like more on a dad level as well. I actually just hired a PR a week ago, literally. I literally just had, it's my first time ever hiring a PR agent a week ago. And because it's, even with PR, I never really knew I never really knew what their true title was, right? And I just learned what their true title was a week ago, right? And even with the PR, I got the information from I got the reference from one of my best friends who did well with this PR. So and even that I feel like I've came so well. I've came so far, but I want to go further. You know, like I feel like my name kind of got around good, but not good enough. You know, I feel like I kind of rubbed the good elbows, but not enough. You know, like I want to go further than where I've been, and I want my names to be in more homes than where it has been. Like I just want to be way, like I don't want to be in the same areas where I've been. Like I want people to pitch me now. Like I'm tired of pitching myself, and I'm tired of, you know, being spoke about the same things, you know. Like I want people to know me from a different thing than just knowing me from the Crayon Case, you know. So that's what and I'm just not realizing that's what PR does. You know, I didn't know that. I didn't know the PR, you know, like the PR pitch you to top companies, and the PR, you know, try to get you in, and you know, like get you different press, and like try to get you different jobs. I didn't know the PR do that. I think these people just come running to you, know the PR will run for them. You know, I didn't know that, you know. So I'm just learning about all this, and you know, and I feel like a lot of people don't know this, and people should know this. So I'm just not hiring a PR, but I've been with a manager since 2015.
Again, thank you for sharing that, because I think people don't know what they don't know, and
Right.
then people automatically assume, you know what I mean? Like you
Yeah.
should know that,
Right.
and we feel
But we
behind the
don't.
8 ball.
Yeah.
Yes.
We don't.
You're right about that. So I did notice that, and I was watching your YouTube. So I saw that you have branched off into YouTube, and I was watching your newest YouTube, and it was about business.
Mm-hmm.
And you talked about wages, you talked about uh getting product in, you know, I mean, you laid it out for the
Mm-hmm.
people. Like you laid it out. And one of the things you mentioned about wages and hiring people was that you were paying people too much money.
Yes.
Super.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta help us with. I mean, I'm serious, because a lot of us are struggling with hiring right now, and a lot of us are battling too, because a lot of our areas have mandatory minimum wages, right? And so we're trying to hire, but they looking at us like we ought to be paying them $20 an hour.
Right.
Help us, Super.
The thing is, I feel like now, like minimum wage changes a lot, right? And that's the thing. And also, people have to realize minimum wage is different in every state you go. Right. And I think people don't understand that too. Like people may feel like, oh, well, minimum wage is $15 here, but then somebody from the south would be like, well, shit, it's only $12 here, it's only $10 here, you know. And then when people start trying to move to different cities to kind of like move further in business, or move further in when it comes to work, then they see that minimum wage is lower. Then they realize is bitch, it ain't the same way where you live at. You know, like things is different in different states. Like the job you work now maybe worth 150,000 where you live. When you come here, it's only worth 100,000. You know, so just because it's worth more where you are does not mean it's worth the same here. So I feel like jobs pay you whatever hell they won't pay you. They don't even care what minimum wage is. Like they don't care. Like they're gonna tell you what they want to pay you, and you're gonna take it or not. And then you're gonna go somewhere else, and then they may even go by minimum wage, but that don't mean that's still a perfect job for you. You know, so and even when we do try to give out the proper amount, that don't I don't know. I just feel like when we come out with even with $20, like $20 for doing the job that we give is not worth $20. I'm the job I was talking about. The job I'm saying is I want you to put these brushes in a bag and ship it. I shouldn't pay you $20 for that. I'm not paying you $20 an hour for you to put three brushes in one bag, put a stamp on it, and put it in a box. I'm not paying you. No, nobody is paying you $20 for that. That's not field work. That's not nothing you need. Like you're not handling it. Like you don't need a Twix card for that. You don't need nothing essential for you to do that. You know. So I feel like they are expecting so much more money for these little jobs, and I feel like minimum wage did that too. Like minimum wage started going higher just for you to do. Like even McDonald's paying more now. McDonald's used to pay $7. Now McDonald's is paying 15. But they didn't mention that McDonald's paying 15 for managers, not for workers. So I feel like once they hear an hour, they're not hearing management. They're hearing, well, they're paying $15 for the people in the window. No, they're paying that for management. So I don't know. Like, it really depends on the job. Like, people trying to take on jobs that they're not even kind of, I don't know. Like people want the jobs, but they don't have the experience for that job.
Oh my God, that part.
Like, they don't.
They be wanting like, oh, you know who else did it? The tech companies did it to us too.
Yeah. Yes.
The tech companies start paying people all these wages, and now everybody in DC think they're supposed to get 6 figures every time you hire. Oh, well, what's your salary as? Oh, my salary is 300K. Slim, you can't
Yes.
even walk down the street straight. I'm not paying you 100K.
Yes.
Okay, so get on out of here with that.
Yes.
You don't even have the level of expertise. You about to come over here and learn from me. You gonna come over here, and I'm about to put you in touch with all these Fortune 500 companies. You ain't coming in with that.
Exactly.
And so that be my thing.
So, and look, some people get away with it, but a lot of people don't. A lot of people don't. And
Right.
that's the thing. Like, a lot of people do not have that experience. A lot of people will literally learn as they go. They learn as they go, but they want so much. They want so much just for them to walk in on your job and learn everything from you and leave and do the same thing all over again. Like, it's weird, but I just felt like I started out too high. That's all.
Yeah, no, I feel you. I think it takes a while to figure out that dance. Also like figuring out the value for value exchange. So that's something that I had to figure out, where it's like, you're not just getting a paycheck over here. That's not just what you're getting. You're getting in touch with people you could walk away and say, right. You could walk away from BGV and say, I have managed X, Y, and Z for the NBA, for Nike, for like, you can do that. So that's right.
But I think too, it is understanding your bottom line. So, understanding, because I think that that's what you kind of got to the gist of, in that YouTube, was like understanding what your bottom line is and understanding what you're willing and able to pay, what your business is able to sustain. And it's just like, when you started, did you have that type of knowledge, or was that something that you learned over time?
I definitely learned it over time. That's why I said, when you don't miss money, when you don't see money, you don't miss it. And that's why I said that, because when you're making so much money, you do not keep tabs on it. Like, when you're making millions and millions of dollars, you're not worrying about you paying somebody $20 an hour. You're not worrying about it. Like, you don't really start missing money until the money starts slowing down. That's when you start seeing, oh, I paid them too much money. Oh, I started doing this too much. Oh, I don't need that. I don't need this. I don't need that. So that's when I started realizing, well, how much do a job like this pay? That's when I started doing research on how much do a job literally like this pay. I had to think about it. Like, I had to look up jobs like this, and I had to do my research on, like, what does this job pay, and what is the starting, and what is the end cap? What is this job even called? Like, I had to find all this out so I could list this job for when I want to start hiring the proper people to start working this job for real, for real. Like, once these people end up, going somewhere else, and once they quit, or if they get fired, or if they move on with their lives, and I need different people to work, I want to actually hire somebody with the proper experience. So I got to train them for jobs that never worked before, So that's what I had to learn and research once I hit a level to where I had to start really paying attention to my money. So it really was just me learning it over time. And I wish I would have had that knowledge in the beginning, because I probably would have saved more money. But again, when you make so much money, you ain't paying attention to your money like that, and I'm not saying everybody, I'm speaking for me. By me, it was my first time making that much money like that. I've never made that much money like that so fast in my entire life. So, and me being so given, I'm just trying to help the people that was around me, giving them jobs, and help all the guys who came on from prison. I'm just giving them jobs. They had conviction felons, and like they had felonies, and I didn't want them, to keep being turned down from jobs. So I gave them jobs. I'm starting them off with $20. So, and I just felt like that was just too much to pay at one time. Like I should have tested them. Like I should have made them work for a certain amount of time and then gave them raises. Like that's the proper way to do it. That's the proper way other jobs do. And those people, they stay. Like they stay all that time to, like, they wait for raises. Like when you just starting off that long, they ain't gotta wait for no raise when you just paying them so much money. Cause you already paying them so much money. Why sit around and wait for a raise when you already started off with $20 an hour? They don't even take a job serious like that. That's how I feel. I feel like they didn't take me serious because I started out so high anyway. Like they tested me. Shit, the fuck, I wasn't even testing them. They tested me. So I just wish I would have had the knowledge, but all that came with trial and error, and I'm glad it did happen like that because I needed to do the research. Now I've done the research, and now the company is the job title is listed how it's supposed to be listed, and when we do start hiring again for that position, it'll be listed correct.
How many people do you have on your team right now? And like, what was your first I need to hire what was your first hire?
My first hire in the Crayon Case, it was the CPA first. So it was a CPA first.
Okay.
Yeah.
You better get that money right.
Yeah.
Yes.
The first it was a CPA. Then my manager, I hired him to also manage the company as well. So he actually managed the company more than he even managed me, to be honest. Then I hired my cousin who's over human resources still to this day. She's been there for 5 years. My sister, she was at first she was working with my CPA, and she did the payroll. And she eventually branched off, and she's an entrepreneur now. She's a multi-millionaire now as well. My I have, and then the employees. My cousin, he's the warehouse manager. He does inventory. He does the he does the warehouse and all that. Like he's over everybody in the warehouse.
Awesome.
Too damn many.
That's super cool.
I'm getting excited. I be excited. Look at me. You see how I look. I mean, I've rubbed my hips regularly because I just get excited quickly. So I do y'all got me all excited. Okay. So here it is. So I remember when you first started, especially with the Crayon Case, and this is going more as you grow into business, right? We just had a conversation with an investor, with Ann Berry, and we were talking about investing, VC funding, all of that good stuff. And one of the things that we were talking about was Black women selling their businesses. Right. So we were talking about how, we come up with like a strategy, like, how am I going to get out of this? You know what I'm saying? Like, am I going to sell it? Am I going to do this? And one of the challenges is that people do not like to see Black women not working in their business. Like once we start loving you, we love Supa and the Crayon Case. So when we stop seeing Supa in this Crayon Case, do Supa still own it? Like, is this still what is happening? So can you talk a little bit about your transition as you started to realize, like, listen, I have to remove myself from the head, not the head of it, but the face of it, so that I can do other things, because now you're into real estate and all of that stuff. So I can't do all these things.
See, that's the thing. The thing is, I think, see, when they speak like that, it sounds like they want you to work forever. That's what it sounds like. It sounds like you want me to work for the rest of my life. And that's not what entrepreneurship is about. Entrepreneurship is meant for us to create a business, work the business for as long as we can, and then put people put people in place to work that business, and for us so we can move out of that place and make sure that business is on autopilot. We still own the business. We still have our hands, our feet, and everything in the business. But now it give us time to do another business. It give us time to put our time and energy into something else, so we could create wealth for our children, so we could create different businesses for our kids. You want us to just run one business and be in that business all day, every day? That's crazy. We can't do that. We don't got enough time in a day to just run one business for the like. It's like it sound like that. Whoever said that, it sound like she want us to be in the warehouse every day, all day in one business, and then what? Are y'all
Right. And and that's the thing. What sucks about that is that people need the education, but some people can be so nosy, the bigger
yeah,
your profile gets, that you can't even really help giving them, like, you want to help business owners that are out there, but then people sometimes snoop for the wrong reason. So no, I
exactly.
appreciate that 100%. So you talked about, I really felt that, like, I really felt your energy when you said, I want to be known for more. Like, I want to do more.
Definitely.
So I'm curious, what do you want to do next? Like, how do you see your future? Like, ideal, today we about to wave our magic wand, boop, and then, like, here we are, and this is the next version of, or next layer of Supa Cent. What does that look like?
Girl, I've been wanting to be in movies since I was a teenager. Yes,
Yes, you should do it.
yes.
I'm watching it. Where is it at? I'm watching the movie.
I've been like first I was dying to be in plays, but I think since I was young, I used to feel like when I was young I was heavy set. So I used to feel like since I was heavy, they didn't really want to give me certain parts when I was young. So I'm like, I ain't gonna never be no play. I'm too fat. That's how I felt when I was younger. But as I'm older now, I feel like now, like when I think about it, me personally, I feel like Big Fine is not what they hire for movies. When you think about it, like think about it right now. When you see Big Fine in movies, you don't see it. You only see the real slender African American woman in movies. Like if you do see a Big Fine woman in a movie, she a stripper. Or or she played as Big Mama, or she played as or she played as one of them women. Like she's not being taken as a serious role if she's Big Fine. Like you have to change your like your how you your whole image if you look a certain way to play a certain part. So I feel like it'll just take so much just for me to play a certain part in the movie. But yeah, I always did want to. Like I was supposed to be in one movie. Fuck, they said I was too tall. Girl, that pissed me off. I'm like, damn, bitch, I want me to take my knees out too. Like God, fuck, I lost weight. You put me in there,
And
I
not
take my
take
knees
the
out.
knees, not take the knees.
Yes,
Create your own movie.
yeah,
Listen,
right,
Listen,
that's your next thing.
right.
create
You're
your
gonna
own
have
movie.
the super production house, baby. Now you got your own production.
That's what it sound like. That's what it sound
I
like.
mean, that's what we have to do in these streets, because ain't nobody got time to wait for them to change over to
Right,
understand bodies and shit. Like, ain't nobody got time for that. Forget y'all. It's enough content out here to create. You
right,
got enough people watching you, honey. Create the movie. I'm watching it.
right. That's what it sound like. That's what I may have to do. So that's what I may be into entertainment.
That's
No,
awesome.
I'm excited because that's
Yeah.
what you about to get into. I see it already. That's what's about to happen.
Right,
It's happening right now.
right. Yes, ma'am.
That's real, because you be telling the truth in these Instagram streets, okay?
Yes.
When that post about these people and how people look at, like, people who are plus size or not, and this, like, idea that, like, you supposed to have, like, a super small waist, no
Oh
arms,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
and, like, I was in
Yes,
there
girl.
like, who's saying louder for the people in the back? Because I've been
Yes.
saying that for so long.
Yeah,
What?
girl. Yeah, because look,
Who are the?
when you think about it, all the plus size models who kind of like capitalized off of being a plus size, they're not even plus size no more. Takara, Monique, like the ones who were like who was the epitome of the beautiful plus size, they ain't even plus size no more. Like
Nope, they're
Takara was a
not. And
plus
then
size
somehow
model.
they lost their stomach and they didn't lose nothing. I don't
Yeah,
understand.
girl.
Let me tell you, Louis girl, we can get into that. Like, we need a whole nother show. Because I'm like,
Yes,
how
girl.
is it? I saw this lady in the airport, yeah, and her waist was like this tiny. But I mean, like, little, not even like, like, you might be like, oh, okay, she look nice. It
Yes.
almost looked sickly. That's how tight.
Uh-huh.
Like, I was nervous for her. I'm like, ma'am,
And everything
what
else
is
look
going? Did
big.
you take a rib out?
Look like a squeezed water balloon. Looked a
Right.
bit crazy.
Oh my
Not
Yes.
a
God.
squeeze, not a
Looked
squeeze
it
water
crazy.
balloon. I'm
Looked
not
it
gonna do that.
crazy.
So, but no shaming. Let me say. Let me.
Okay.
Let me step back.
Yeah, you gotta say it.
Yeah, right. Like no shaming anybody we love. All bodies are welcome. Please be safe out there. That's all I gotta say. But
Yes.
I'm here for this next layer of entertainment. I'm here for the media company. Okay.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
I'm also here for like any ways, and we'll connect with your manager offline because I'm also here for any ways that you want to continue to. If we can be helpful at Black Girl Ventures, for you as you continue to share just your business expertise, we love to have you as a judge on the Black Girl Ventures production. So yeah, we'll stay in touch for sure. We really appreciate you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining us. We wish you all the luck. We're going to be following. We're going to be laughing. We're going to be buying. We're going to be doing all the things that you tell us to do when you tell us to do it. All right?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. I appreciate you guys.
All right. Have a really great night.